And welcome back to another episode of the Garage Game Day Sports Podcast. My name is Louie. I'm your host as always. We are a week away from college football season. The time is almost upon us, folks. We are 1 week away from week 0. It is a pretty light schedule. Not too much on the slate, but hey, college football is college football, so no complaints here. We're going to have a light schedule here betting-wise. Looking at some of the numbers. Spreads, over-unders, that sort of thing. We're only picking 5 of my favorites that if I was a betting man, that I would maybe take a shot at these. So don't always follow my train of thought. Don't always follow what I say. But this is just the general thought process of what I would be doing. But first, before we get started, feel free to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Shoot us a comment. Let us know what you think of the show. We're available on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it these days. We're also on TikTok, Facebook, and you can find us on Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. So I want to open up with Navy at Notre Dame. I know that may be the marquee game here. May not be the most competitive game, but you've got Notre Dame, of course, with the addition of Sam Hartman, and the Navy, of course, big following, and always seem to play Notre Dame tough. But I want to take the under 50.5 in this game. I know they had a higher scoring game last year. I believe it was 35-32. And you bring in Sam Hartman to up that offense for Notre Dame. You finally have yourselves a pretty good quarterback. You know, you had Tyler Buckner for a while. You had Drew Pine for a while. But I do like Navy's tough-nosed defense. You know, the way they play on offense. You know, the rushing attack. They just pound the rock. And Notre Dame's going to need a little bit of a building chemistry period to get Sam Hartman in. You know, you lose Tommy Rees to Alabama, your offensive coordinator. So you lose Michael Mayer at tight end. So it may be a little bit of a gelling process. So I see Notre Dame winning comfortably here. But I could see it under, if it's under 50.5, give me 31-14, 31-17. Those sort of scores will work. Maybe a 34-10, and you'd still be comfortably under the 50.5. So I will take the under in Notre Dame Navy. Sliding over to San Jose State, USC. That's going to be another game because of the star power of USC. San Jose State's going to be totally overmatched in this one. So not really looking for an upset or anything like that here. A lot of lines that I've seen give USC minus 30 and the over-under at 64.5. I will double dip in this one. Give me USC over 30. Giving 30 points, I think USC will easily eclipse that. But give me the under 64.5 because of the sheer amount of total points we're going to need from USC. And I know they're probably capable of doing it, so it wouldn't surprise me if it went over. But I'm leaning to the under here. I can see something like a 56-7, 49-10, where San Jose State maybe sneaks in a late touchdown to save face and, you know, kind of flirt with the over there. But I do like the under 64.5 and over USC minus 30. Just that offense is going to blow San Jose State away. You got Caleb Williams. You've got that talented receiving core. You bring in a bunch of transfers on the defensive line, linebacker. They've just got really what it takes to put everything together here. And I could see maybe an instance of, hey, it's kind of a glorified scrimmage, hold off the dogs a little bit. We got a lot of new pieces, so maybe they take their foot off the gas a little bit and let others get in some work in this first week. So I could see something like a 49-10, 52-7, something like that, where you're still under the 64, but USC comfortably covers the 30-point spread. So I like the Texas two-step there, if you will, San Jose State USC. Going to another game, I think this may actually be the most competitive game of week 0. UMass, New Mexico State, two of the worst FBS teams in college football last year, going toe-to-toe. Most have New Mexico State about a 7.5 point favorite, but I actually don't want to look there. I would rather go the over 44.5. That just seems very low for a game, and it's almost by principle. Will you go over 44.5? If the line's that low and it's not a service academy, it's not a Big Ten power running team like an Iowa or Wisconsin or Minnesota or something like that. If it's not any of those teams, Georgia Tech that runs a triple option, teams that will slow the game down and take the air out of the ball when they're running the ball, or teams that play a stout defense. If it's not any of those teams and the line is this low, give me the over, baby. Over all day. And especially with two teams this bad, typically you get offensive shootouts because you have defenses that either don't know what they're doing, don't have the personnel to cover, and it just turns into a track meet. So for UMass, New Mexico State, honestly, I don't know a ton about either team, although I do know that they are both near the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the FBS, and that 44.5 just jumped out at me, so I would hammer the over. And it brings me to my last one. Hawaii paying a visit to Vanderbilt. Hawaii was another team that struggled last year. Vanderbilt needs to build wins if they have any sort of shot at a bowl game. They're going to need it here. I know most lines, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, all have these around 17.5 to 18. So I will take Vanderbilt giving 17.5 points. I think Vanderbilt gets it done. Typically, these non-conference games, Vanderbilt blows overmatched teams away, and then they fall into the SEC, and then, they fall into place, they learn their place, and they quickly get overwhelmed by the SEC schedule. But in the meantime, if they want any shot at a bowl game, they're going to have to take care of business here and take care of business in a dominant fashion. Hawaii struggling, not really in a great spot, and then you're having the travel too, that from Hawaii all the way to the southeast. Jet lag, flight could be a concern, so give me Vanderbilt to cover the 17.5. This is going to be one of the shorter episodes because we've only got, I think, a 6 or 7 game slate for week 0. But like I said, college football is college football. We are back, baby. I cannot wait. We're going to have some huge matchups across week 1, week 2. We're going to try to make this a weekly thing where we take on maybe 8 or 10 picks as opposed to we were having a limited schedule here in week 0. But any football is great football. No complaints. Absolutely no complaints here. So we will be back in week 1. We will also be giving conference predictions. So be on the lookout for that. But that'll put a wrap and a bow on this episode of Garage Game Day Sports. Rather short one, but short, sweet, to the point, right? Like we like it. So my name is Louie. That's another episode of Garage Game Day Sports. Like I said at the beginning, feel free to shoot us a comment, like our posts, like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us on TikTok, Twitter, or X. Let us know. We appreciate any and all feedback. We love sports. We hope you guys too. If y'all are here, obviously you probably do. We love college football. We hope you guys will do the same. We hope to continue to build our community. So feel free to check us out. Let us know what you think of the show. We'll see you guys next time.